If you remember, our daughter and her husband got this bus. We helped them get this bus. It had a bad engine in it and barely made it up the hill. But they moved here to Tennessee with our granddaughter. They've been living on the bus. It's beautiful inside. It just had a bad engine, so we're going to go through it. If you remember, it had all kinds of issues. I'll go through this here. But having our granddaughter here is awesome. We've been introducing her to bus life. She's really getting into it. It's awesome every morning being able to wake up and see our granddaughter, though. But we'll go through this video here and show you what's going on with the bus. Just a quick recap at the beginning of this video about the problems the bus had. Let's go ahead and just move everything here, and we'll go ahead and roll it back upside down at that point. Back to the middle of the table. The valve fell out. Don't set it on the valve. Impressive. Well, this engine had been super overheated, had all kinds of problems. Obviously, the valve was an issue, but they had took it into another mechanic, and it had leaky injector cups after being overheated. So they replaced the injector cups, put the heads back on, and they should have done a lot more work to it than that. The pistons were so hot that the rings were seized to the pistons, and this valve damage obviously happened after they fixed the injector cups, but it should have been rebuilt before that. It was so hot that liners were scored. It wasn't making good compression. So here you can see that top ring is completely seized in there. No movement from it whatsoever, expansion or anything. That causes a problem. There's another piston where it's seized. Had 3 of them so far, completely seized like that. Okay, and I'll pull this one out too. So far, everything has been stuck on that first ring. Yeah, look at that. That one's not. That one's actually moving. Try this next one here. That one's not stuck. Those actually look halfway decent, but you can see the pistons been coming in contact there. This head's just getting cleaned up and put back on there. It's in good shape. It just had a little bit of surface rust where it looks like this O-ring might have been leaking here and there. We just kind of buffed it out a little bit there. Nothing's getting on the seal surface. You can't really feel it. It's just pretty flat. It was just machined, so it's not worth sending it back to do it again because it is in very good shape. It's a cool little jig that our buddy Jeff made us. And it's adjustable. It does the 92 series and a 71 series. This just rotates the other way.
This section back here, hold the rod. It's free right now. Hold piston down, push it up till it touches. Set it. Now the rod's just free floating on top of that. No resistance.
So I do run a vacuum test on these wrist pin retainers to make sure that they're not leaking a vacuum, because if they will, they're definitely going to leak oil as well. So we put these in, and then we're going to put the rings on. Again, we got this in that jig. Comes in real handy. But you can do it with the jig with the rings on. It doesn't matter because you got a cutout for it. Jonathan's working on assembling his own pistons here.
Probably enough in there. You're just spread it around. Because it's going to push most of it out anyway.
3 kits done. He's doing real good. Hunter's in there working on preparing the engine block, getting everything cleaned up, ready to go. Got lots of cleaning to do. Okay, so this side's all cleaned up and prepped, ready to go. We're getting ready to start assembling. Okay, there we got 4 kits assembled. Getting ready to go in. These are all for the right side of the engine. I just had to pull out that liner kit and remove one shim, this little shim right here. This one was too tall. We need it to be a little bit lower. There, we have a 5,000 spread across the deck. We can't have any 2 adjoining cylinders more than 2,000ths difference, and this made it 3 with this one in there, so we had to take it out, and now everything's back into spec on the side of it. Okay, this half of the engine, we have the liners put in. Pistons, he's torquing them right now. We're not going to put the head on tonight, so we're going to put a garbage bag over it, held on with magnets so that moisture can't get under there. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll put this head on. So this side will be done. So I have the head gaskets to put on. There's a bunch of little O-rings that go on. There's some rings that go on top of the pistons that are a crush ring. Perimeter gasket. So the whole head gasket kit. We're going to get that hopefully on tomorrow. But so we're going to put a garbage bag over this and hold it on with magnets so moisture can't get in it tonight. I had this new old stock head sitting around for about 10 years. I don't feel any of that stuff. There's just some little shading on it there, but it feels good. The surface feels real nice. Stop. We gotta lower it down more.
Can I go ahead and have Jonathan feed this?
Yep. Yeah. Let's try and feed that through.
Yeah.
Go through.
Feed this right here.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna want to go
Under the governor. Pull it out of there. It's got a 90-degree fitting on it. You gotta lift it up a little. Behind that fuel line is much easier to put on before the head goes in. Otherwise, it's very hard to get to it. So we put it on ahead of time. Right spot. Nope, keep going all the way to the other side. It connects to the other head. Okay, that'll be good. Let me lower it down because we're hitting the top. Just coming down a little bit, right? Yep. Control. Everything still in place on the head?
Yes.
Okay, coming down.
Stop. Right there.
This side's really high over here still.
I'm aware. But I'm making sure that we're lined up with the deck surface.
Yeah, try to get this to line up here too.
Okay. Let it down the rest of the way. There we go. So I'm gonna head bolt in that top corner.
Help. How about we flush out some of those fuel lines on there?
Do that one more time. Okay.
Want to do the other one?
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Okay, for the barrel.
Good. That's flushed out. Make sure we drain that out of there before. Okay, the head's getting ready to go in. You ready?
Yeah. Probably gonna have to go up a pump or two to clear the cam pulley.
I think if I just do this. cardboard's in the way. It's gonna screw you. We got some studs started there, and the head's not quite touching yet. We just did a quick visual. Everything's in place. Jonathan's gonna lower it down the rest of the way now. These are the main bearings from the 8V71. Well, this engine had some serious lubrication issues from the overheating. Number one, it had coolant in the oil, so the coolant in there isn't a good lubricant. And then after they put the heads back on with the injector cups fixed, they didn't have all of the fuel jumpers tight, so it was leaking diesel. When it got here, it was over a gallon of diesel fuel mixed in with the engine oil. So the diesel, that's not a good lubricant either. So it had both, coolant and diesel in the oil for a while, which is not good for lubrication. So the main bearings definitely need to be replaced. The crank actually looks good. You can't feel anything with your fingernails. Obviously, it's got some wear on it, but it's not worth machining right now. We just kind of buffed it out, and it should be good to go and get them a lot of good miles out of it.
Off your knuckles. Okay. Get easier because he's gonna be coming out further towards you. There you go.
How many 75 foot-pounds on those? That's their final number they're at now. It's an MCI, so you're not going to be able to go full blow for a while. Was it backing up yet? I think you can go until you start to hear it gurgle. We're going to plug this block warmer in. This watt meter will tell us how many watts it's pulling to make sure the block warmer is working, and then how big it is.
Ready?
Yeah. All right.
What happened? I got cancer.
The block warmer. We got lucky. That block warmer shorted out really bad. It sounded like a bottle rocket going off in there. That could have been really bad. Well, this is definitely gonna be a cold start. It was 29 degrees overnight. This bus is sitting outside, and right now it's 51 degrees. So the engine block internally is still probably in the 30s. So this is gonna be a very, very cold start. We're not using any ether or anything.
Do I have to hold it down?
No, hang on a second. Yeah, you have to, it's a momentary switch, come down. It's not, master switch has to be on up front, probably for sure. I like it better when I could get the engine without my shadow in it. Yeah. And then if something goes horribly wrong, you're gonna adjust the throttle with the, are you gonna run it with the vice grips at first and then adjust the throttle is what I would do.
Yeah.
Master switch is on. Just bump it for a second.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Are you giving it any fuel right now?
I'm at full.
And then as soon as it starts, you're gonna dial it back?
Yep.
Okay.
It's your bus. Go ahead and hit them.
Stay back to the left, Jonathan, if you can.
Ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Hang on.
Ready to go again?
No.
That's all the oil in the cylinders.
I just saw fuel squirt out somewhere over here or something.
Oh. Okay. Ready, whatever.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd love an oxygen break.
Where's Siler?
Getting cancer. Okay, go again.
Okay, let's give it a rest for a second.
Yep.
This would sound like a great video to put on a Snapchat.
Those aren't backfires. That's just my microphone being overpowered because the engine's so loud because we have it's just open exhaust manifolds right now.
Just pull down on that center one.
Are we ready?
Yep.
No. Got a little hump. Maybe I don't think you can come out there with them. Want to go goose it a couple times? Over this way. Keep over this way. Get on it. To Ellie. Can I close this window? You have to make those turns nice and wide because you're pretty close over here. And the driveway, stay for the middle of the driveway. Okay, we're gonna go up and we're gonna stop at the stop light. What you think, Ellie? What do you think? Your house is moving. Stay to the outside here so you don't scrape this rock. You got it.
I've driven big things before, but they're usually trailers.
Yeah.
Not one big thing.
Yeah, well, this one doesn't bend in the middle, so
Yeah. If it does, there's a problem.
What you think, Ellie? Is it fun? Yay! Stop right here, and then you're just gonna mash on the throttle. It's down in 1, right? And keep it in the middle of the driveway and go for it. If for some reason it's going too fast, you can let off the throttle, but hopefully you won't have to. I can tell you right now, this is 100 times faster than last time. Keep the throttle pedal down. It actually upshifted even though it was in 1.
They go wide?
Yeah, stay wide to the left here. And then you can start letting off. Nice job. That was probably half the time of what it was before. Never mind. Let's just put you back where you were. Well, I think Ellie definitely approved of the performance improvement that we got there. Much, much better. We didn't take it on the road with Ellie. She only rode in the bus on the property here. So, but we're going to get it ready for a road trip here coming up in the next few days.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. But at the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, Scott will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done. Bus Grease Mountain, they're gonna get that big job done.
Well, if you stuck around to the end of the video, you obviously are a super fan of our channel. You might want to think about joining our Patreon group. Patreon starts at just $5 a month. We post multiple times a day, little video clips, pictures, all kinds of behind-the-scenes information and things about what's going on in the property and projects. But if you're a super fan, you might want to think about joining Patreon. Like I said, it starts at just $5 a month.